I'm so glad you found your way here. Your subconscious is filing memories right now while you rest, deciding what to keep, what to blend, and what to tuck away in secret places. You'll discover where your mind hides forgotten truths and understand why dreams know you better than waking life ever could. Welcome to Get Sleepy Scientist. Now settle in. You're in your safe space while your brain quietly repairs itself, clearing toxins, preparing for tomorrow. Allow yourself this moment of peace. We'll journey through 100 psychology facts about dreaming, from the theater where your sleeping mind reveals hidden emotions, to how dreams process what you won't face awake, to the bridge between your conscious mask and your authentic self. This thoughtful journey through consciousness builds bridges between searching minds. A soft like or sharing your thoughts creates a pathway for more dreamers to discover this sanctuary of calm, one sleepy soul at a time. Your healing journey inspires ours. It means everything to us. Let yourself settle completely here. Feel your jaw unclench, your breath deepen naturally. You can let these thoughts drift past without holding them. Sense that soothing heaviness enveloping you, like your consciousness slowly dimming its brightness. Thoughts dissolving into the peaceful fog of approaching sleep, safe and undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. You're floating where memories rest safely in gentle darkness. Let your mind merge with infinite peace. And now we begin. Every night, you spend about 2 hours dreaming. Sleep research from 2024 confirms that most adults experience 4 to 6 distinct dream periods during a typical 8-hour sleep cycle. These dreams occur primarily during REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. During REM, your brain becomes almost as active as when you're awake, yet your body remains still, temporarily paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This paralysis is a protective mechanism. Scientists at the Sleep Research Society discovered that dream time increases as the night progresses. Your first dream might last only 5 minutes, but by morning, you could be dreaming for 30 to 40 minutes at a stretch. This means you're living entire lifetimes while you sleep, experiencing stories, emotions, and revelations that your waking mind never creates. Dreams are not brief flashes. They are extended journeys into inner space. Your brain doesn't rest when you dream. Recent neuroimaging studies from Stanford University in 2025 reveal that during REM sleep, the visual cortex, emotional centers, and memory regions become extraordinarily active. Blood flow increases to these areas, sometimes exceeding waking levels. The prefrontal cortex, which handles logic and self-awareness, becomes quieter, which explains why dreams feel real despite their impossibility. Meanwhile, the amygdala, your emotional processing center, fires intensely. This is why dreams feel so emotionally vivid. A nightmare can trigger the same fear response as a real threat. A joyful dream can flood you with genuine happiness. Your sleeping brain processes emotions with the same neurochemical intensity as waking experiences. The dreams feel real because, to your emotional brain, they are real. This emotional authenticity makes dreams powerful windows into your true feelings. Everyone dreams, even people who claim they don't. Research from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine confirms that all humans experience REM sleep and dreaming, though not everyone remembers their dreams. The difference lies in memory consolidation during the transition from sleep to waking. If you wake during or immediately after REM sleep, you're more likely to recall the dream. If you wake during deeper sleep stages, the dream memory fades within seconds. Some people naturally wake more during the night, giving them more opportunities to capture dream memories. Others sleep more soundly through REM periods, and their dreams dissolve like morning mist. But whether remembered or forgotten, the dreams still happen. Your mind still wanders through inner landscapes every single night. The theater never closes. The show continues whether you remember the performance or not. Dreams happen in all sleep stages, not just REM. While REM dreams are the most vivid and story-like, researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Madison found in 2024 that mental activity occurs during non-REM sleep as well. These non-REM dreams tend to be more thought-like, fragmented, and less visually intense. They might feel more like pondering a problem or replaying a conversation than experiencing a narrative adventure. Stage 2, sleep, which makes up about half your night, often contains brief dreamlets, little snippets of thought and image. Even during deep, slow-wave sleep, your brain maintains some level of mental content, though it's usually less coherent and harder to recall. Your mind is never truly blank during sleep. It's always processing, always wondering, always exploring the vast territory of inner experience. The dreams you remember represent only a fraction of your nightly mental journey. Studies estimate that you forget about 95% of your dreams within minutes of waking. This forgetting isn't failure, it's design. The brain prioritizes waking memories over dream memories because survival depends on remembering real experiences rather than imagined ones. Dream memories are encoded differently than waking memories, stored in more fragile neural pathways that dissolve quickly unless reinforced by immediate recall. If you want to remember dreams better, keep a journal by your bed and write immediately upon waking. Before moving or speaking, those first moments are critical. Once you stand up or check your phone, the dream world slips away, returning to the unconscious ocean from which it emerged, waiting for the next night. Your dreams are deeply personal, yet surprisingly universal. Research from the International Association for the Study of Dreams analyzed thousands of dream reports from over 50 countries. They found recurring themes that appear across all cultures: being chased, falling, flying, showing up unprepared for a test, losing teeth, discovering new rooms in familiar buildings. These universal dreams suggest shared human concerns: vulnerability, loss of control, social anxiety, transformation, and hidden potential. The specific details vary by culture and personal experience, but the emotional core remains the same. A person in Tokyo and a person in Toronto might dream different details, but both might wake with the same feeling of exposure or wonder. Dreams reveal not just who you are as an individual, but who we are as a species. Children dream differently than adults. Developmental psychologists studying dream content across age groups found that young children's dreams are simpler, shorter, and more static until around age 7 or 8. Before that age, dreams often lack a clear self-character or narrative arc. A young child might dream about seeing animals or objects without much happening. As the brain develops, especially the prefrontal cortex, dreams become more complex. incorporating longer narratives, more characters, and richer emotional content. By adolescence, dreams reach adult-like complexity. This developmental trajectory mirrors waking cognitive development. The dreaming mind grows alongside the waking mind. Whatever stage you're at now, your dreams reflect your current level of emotional and cognitive complexity. A mirror evolving with you. Dreams can be in color or black and white, and this varies by person and era. Fascinating research found that people who grew up with black and white television and films were more likely to dream in black and white, while those raised with color media dream almost exclusively in color. This suggests that dreams draw heavily from visual memories and cultural experience. Most people today dream in full color, but don't always notice or remember the colors. The emotional tone often overshadows visual details. Some dreams feel vivid and saturated, while others seem washed out or dim. The palette of your dreams reflects the palette of your waking visual experience and the emotional intensity of the dream itself. You can dream sounds, smells, tastes, and physical sensations, not just sights. While visual content dominates most dreams, all sensory systems can activate during sleep. People who are blind from birth experience dreams rich with sound, touch, and spatial awareness, proving that dreams don't require visual input. Research from the Max Planck Institute found that musicians often dream in complex musical compositions. Chefs dream elaborate flavors, and dancers dream kinesthetic movement patterns. Your profession and passions shape your dream sensory landscape. If you spend your days working with your hands, you'll dream tactile details. If you're a musician, melodies drift through your sleep. Dreams speak the sensory language you know best. So yes, dreams are already revealing something profound about you. They're showing how your mind processes reality. By now, we've glimpsed that dreams are not random noise, but sophisticated mental productions that happen every night, involve intense brain activity, span all sleep stages, and reflect both universal human themes and deeply personal experiences. They engage all your senses, evolve as you grow, and speak in the language of your daily life. Dreams are your mind's way of exploring, processing, and integrating experience. They are the theater where your brain rehearses, reviews, and reimagines. Whether you remember them or not, they're working behind the scenes, revealing patterns in how you think, feel, and exist. And this is only the beginning of understanding their power. Dreams serve essential biological functions. For decades, scientists debated why we dream at all. Recent consensus from 2025 research suggests multiple overlapping purposes: memory, consolidation, emotional regulation, threat simulation, and creative problem solving. During REM sleep, your brain transfers important experiences from temporary storage to long-term memory, deciding what matters and what can fade. The emotional processing that happens during dreaming helps you metabolize difficult feelings, which is why you sometimes wake feeling lighter after a hard day. Dreams also let you practice scenarios, escaping danger, navigating social situations, solving puzzles without real-world consequences. Far from being meaningless, dreams are your brain's sophisticated maintenance system, running essential updates while you rest. Nightmares have a purpose too. Though distressing, nightmares often represent your mind working through fears, traumas, or anxieties. Research from the Sleep and Nightmare Laboratory at the University of Montreal shows that nightmare frequency correlates with stress levels and unprocessed emotional experiences. When you face something difficult during the day and suppress the feelings, those emotions can resurface at night in symbolic form. A nightmare about being trapped might reflect feeling stuck in your job. A dream of falling might express loss of control. Nightmares aren't punishments. They're signals. Your unconscious mind is trying to bring awareness to something that needs attention. They're uncomfortable, yes, but they're also invitations to heal. Recurring dreams carry important messages. If you've had the same dream or dream theme multiple times over months or years, your unconscious is highlighting something unresolved. Dream researchers studying recurring dreams found they often revolve around ongoing life challenges, persistent anxieties, or unaddressed conflicts. The repetition isn't random. It's emphasis. Your dreaming mind is saying, "Pay attention to this." Often, recurring dreams stop once you address the underlying issue in waking life. If you keep dreaming about missing a flight, perhaps you fear missed opportunities. If you dream repeatedly about a childhood home, perhaps you're processing old experiences. The dreams recur because the emotional work remains incomplete. Once you listen and respond, the dream often releases you. Its message finally delivered. Dream content changes across your lifespan. Young adults often dream about identity formation, relationships, and future possibilities. Middle-aged dreamers tend to process career concerns, family dynamics, and mortality awareness. Older adults frequently dream about past experiences, lost loved ones, and life review themes. Research from the Dream Research Institute tracked dream journals across decades and found clear developmental patterns. Your dreams grow with you, reflecting the psychological tasks of each life stage. They're not stuck in the past. They evolve with your concerns. Right now, wherever you are in life, your dreams are processing the specific challenges and questions relevant to this moment. They're tailored to you, addressing exactly what your psyche needs to work through. Lucid dreaming, knowing you're dreaming while you're dreaming, is a learnable skill. Studies from Stanford Sleep Lab confirm that with practice, many people can achieve lucidity in dreams. During lucid dreams, you retain some conscious awareness and can sometimes influence the dream's direction. This state offers fascinating possibilities for creative exploration, nightmare management, and self-discovery. Some people use lucid dreaming to practice skills, rehearse difficult conversations, or explore fears in a safe environment. Others simply enjoy the freedom and wonder of conscious dream exploration. While not everyone achieves lucidity easily, the attempt itself often improves dream recall and self-awareness. Even partial lucidity, that flicker of recognition that something is strange, deepens your relationship with your inner world. Dreams incorporate recent experiences, a phenomenon called day residue. Research shows that elements from the previous day, people you saw, conversations you had, media you consumed, often appear in your dreams that night. But dreams don't simply replay events. They remix them, combining today's experiences with older memories, emotions, and symbolic elements. You might dream about a coworker but set in your childhood school. The brain is making connections, finding patterns, linking new information with existing knowledge. This creative recombination helps integrate fresh experiences into your broader understanding of the world. Your dreams are filing cabinets in motion, sorting and cross-referencing, finding meaning in the seemingly random details of daily life. External stimuli can influence dreams without waking you. If you hear a siren while sleeping, it might transform into a dream alarm. A cold room might become a dream about snow. Your bladder's fullness might generate dreams about searching for bathrooms. The sleeping brain monitors the environment and incorporates external signals into the dream narrative, rather than waking you unnecessarily. This protective mechanism allows sleep to continue while acknowledging real-world input. Dream researchers have even induced specific dream content by playing sounds or scents during REM sleep. Your dreaming mind is not sealed off. It's constantly listening to the body and environment, weaving reality into fantasy. Animals dream too. Neuroscientists studying animal sleep patterns found that mammals and birds show clear REM sleep cycles with brain activity patterns similar to dreaming humans. Rats dream about navigating mazes they ran during the day. Dogs dream about chasing, playing, and interacting with their human families. You can see their paws twitch and hear small barks. Elephants, dolphins, and even some reptiles show dreaming, like sleep stages. This suggests that dreaming emerged early in evolution, serving important functions for learning, memory, and survival. When your pet sleeps beside you, twitching and breathing irregularly, they're likely wandering their own inner landscape, processing their own experiences in their own way. Time in dreams feels different than waking time. Although REM periods have measurable durations, 5 minutes early in the night, up to 45 minutes by morning, the subjective experience of dream time can feel much longer or shorter. You might dream an entire life story in 15 minutes, or experience just a brief scene during a half-hour REM period. Research from the European Sleep Research Society found that time perception in dreams is compressed and elastic, influenced by emotional intensity rather than clock time. Exciting or frightening dreams seem to last longer, while mundane dreams pass quickly. Dream time follows emotional logic, not chronological logic. It stretches and contracts according to meaning, not minutes. The content of dreams reflects your waking concerns, but also reveals hidden feelings. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology analyzed dream reports alongside personality assessments and found strong correlations. People who scored high in anxiety had more dreams involving threat and uncertainty. Those high in openness dreamed more fantastical, creative scenarios. Conscientious individuals dreamed about work and responsibility. But here's the fascinating part. Dreams also revealed feelings people didn't consciously acknowledge. Someone who insisted they were happy at work but dreamed repeatedly about drowning or being trapped often had underlying job dissatisfaction they weren't admitting. Dreams bypass conscious denial, revealing emotional truth beneath the surface story you tell yourself. Dream symbols are more personal than universal. While some dream dictionaries claim specific symbols have fixed meanings, water equals emotions, houses equal the self. Research suggests that symbol interpretation must be personal. The meaning of any dream image depends on your associations, experiences, and cultural background. For one person, A snake might represent danger. For another, wisdom or transformation. A dog might evoke loyalty or fear, depending on your history. Contemporary dream analysis focuses less on universal symbols and more on what the image means to you specifically. Your unconscious speaks in your personal symbolic language, built from your unique life. To understand your dreams, you must learn your own vocabulary. The private dictionary only you can write. Dreams often process emotional experiences you haven't fully felt yet. Sometimes you dream about something before you consciously realize it matters. You might dream about losing someone before you've admitted the relationship is ending. You might dream success scenarios before you've acknowledged your ambition. Your unconscious processes information faster than your conscious mind, picking up subtle cues and emotional undertones you haven't noticed yet. Dreams can be predictive, not because they see the future, but because they see the present more clearly than your waking awareness. They notice what you're avoiding, sensing, or feeling beneath conscious recognition. Dreams are early warning systems and advanced scouts, reporting from the front lines of your emotional reality. The most common dream worldwide is being chased. Across cultures, genders, and age groups, being pursued in dreams appears with remarkable frequency. Psychologists interpret this as reflecting the universal human experience of avoidance, running from responsibilities, fears, difficult emotions, or aspects of ourselves we don't want to face. The chaser in the dream often represents what you're avoiding in waking life. An angry figure might represent your own suppressed anger. A monster might symbolize an overwhelming problem. The anxiety of being chased mirrors the anxiety of avoidance. These dreams often decrease when you turn and face whatever you're running from in real life, addressing rather than fleeing. Falling dreams typically occur during the transition from waking to sleeping. That sudden jerk you sometimes experience when drifting off, called a hypnic jerk, often accompanies brief falling dreams. Neurologically, this happens because your muscles relax suddenly as you enter sleep, and your brain, still partially alert, interprets this relaxation as falling. But falling dreams during deeper sleep carry different meanings. They often reflect feelings of losing control, instability, or insecurity in waking life. A major life change, a relationship shift, or uncertainty about the future can trigger falling dreams. Your mind transforms the abstract feeling of groundlessness into the concrete sensation of falling. The body expresses what words cannot. By now, you're beginning to see how dreams function as a sophisticated communication system between your unconscious and conscious mind. They're not random noise or meaningless static. They're your brain's way of processing, filing, exploring, and revealing. Dreams serve biological functions: memory consolidation, emotional regulation, threat rehearsal. But they also serve psychological functions, bringing awareness to feelings, patterns, and truths you might miss during busy waking hours. Universal themes like being chased or falling connect you to shared human experience, while personal symbols speak your unique emotional language. Whether you remember them clearly or sense them vaguely upon waking, dreams are working constantly, maintaining your mental and emotional equilibrium, and we've only just begun to explore their revelatory power. Let's pause here and notice your body. As you breathe out slowly, appreciate each tiny cell inside. trillions of organisms working in silence. Heart beating, lungs breathing, brain thinking, all without your command. Notice the gentle sensations on your skin, in your muscles, along your spine. You are a complete ecosystem, diverse, self-balancing. Your dreams emerge from this intricate biological system. Each night, without effort, without instruction. Just as your heart knows how to beat, your mind knows how to dream. Trust the process unfolding within you. Now we continue. Dreams reveal your true personality more accurately than self-reported questionnaires. A landmark 2025 study from the Max Planck Institute compared dream content analysis with multiple personality assessments and found that dream themes predicted personality traits better than people's own descriptions of themselves. Why? Because in dreams, you can't perform or present a desired image. The social filters drop. Your unconscious reveals patterns you might consciously deny. Aggressive dreams appear in people who suppress anger while presenting as calm. Anxious dreams surface in those who project confidence but harbor internal worry. Dreams show the personality beneath the persona, the authentic self beneath the constructed self. They're more honest than resumes, first dates, or social media profiles. Dreams don't know how to perform or pretend. What surfaces is simply what is. Your dreams disclose your attachment style in relationships. Psychologists studying dream content found that people with anxious attachment frequently dream about abandonment, rejection, or losing loved ones. Those with avoidant attachment dream less about relationships altogether, or dream about independence and escape. Securely attached individuals tend toward more balanced, less emotionally extreme relationship dreams. These patterns appear consistently across dream journals, revealing how you relate to closeness and connection even when you're asleep. If you pay attention, your dreams will tell you whether you fear intimacy or crave it, whether you trust easily or guard carefully. The relationship patterns that shape your waking life also shape your sleeping narratives. Dreams can reveal hidden creative insights. The famous aha moments attributed to dreams. Mendeleev's periodic table, Paul McCartney's melody for Yesterday, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, aren't myths. Recent neuroscience confirms that REM sleep facilitates remote association, connecting distant concepts in novel ways. Your waking mind thinks linearly, logically, within established categories. Your dreaming mind thinks laterally, metaphorically, making unexpected connections. Problems you struggle with during the day sometimes solve themselves at night because the dreaming brain approaches them differently. If you're stuck on a creative challenge, sleep on it isn't just advice. It's neuroscience. Dreams reveal solutions by revealing connections your conscious mind overlooked. Anxiety dreams increase when you're avoiding something important. Research tracking dream journals alongside life events found that avoidance behaviors during the day correlate with increased nightmare frequency and dream anxiety at night. When you procrastinate a difficult conversation, ignore a health concern, or deny a relationship problem, your unconscious registers the avoidance and processes it through anxious dreams. The dreams won't necessarily depict the specific avoided situation, but they'll carry the emotional signature of avoidance. Feeling trapped, chased, unprepared, or overwhelmed, your dreams are trying to push you toward what you're sidestepping. creating enough discomfort that you'll eventually address it. They're not punishing you. They're motivating you. Dreams about flying often correlate with feelings of freedom, confidence, or release. Multiple studies found that flying dreams tend to occur during periods when people feel empowered, unburdened, or optimistic about life. The sensation of soaring represents psychological lift. You're rising above problems, seeing from a higher perspective, moving without constraint. Conversely, dreams about struggling to fly, or flying but barely clearing the ground, appear during times when you feel almost free but not quite, almost confident but still limited. The specific quality of flight in your dreams tracks your sense of personal agency. Easy, joyful flight reflects empowerment. Difficult, anxious flight reflects constrained power. Your dream skies map your emotional landscape. Water in dreams frequently represents emotions and the unconscious mind. Dream researchers note that the state of water in dreams often mirrors your emotional state. Calm, clear water suggests emotional peace and clarity. Turbulent, stormy water reflects inner turmoil or overwhelming feelings. Drowning dreams appear when emotions feel unmanageable. Wading or swimming comfortably suggests navigating feelings successfully. This isn't universal symbolism. It's based on water's natural properties as changeable, deep, and powerful, qualities that mirror the nature of emotions. The unconscious chooses water as metaphor because it captures something essential about feeling: its depth, its movement, its ability to be calm or wild, clear or murky. Dreams can reveal unacknowledged desires and longings. Freud famously called dreams wish fulfillment. And while modern dream science has moved beyond his specific theories, the core insight holds: dreams sometimes show you what you want but haven't admitted. You might dream about a different career path you've dismissed as impractical. You might dream about an old friend you miss but haven't contacted. You might dream about adventure when you feel stuck in routine. These aren't random fantasies. They're your psyche, revealing authentic desires beneath practical constraints and social expectations. Dreams give you permission to want what you want, at least for a few hours each night. They're safe spaces for forbidden wishes. Your dreams reflect your current emotional state more than past events. While dreams can incorporate old memories, research shows they primarily process recent emotional experiences and ongoing concerns. A 2024 study analyzing thousands of dream reports found that current stress, relationship dynamics, and daily mood predicted dream content far better than childhood experiences or old traumas. Dreams are not usually about the past. They're about now. They take today's feelings and explore them through symbolic narratives that sometimes borrow old imagery. If you dream about your childhood home, it's likely because something now evokes the same feeling you had then. Dreams are contemporary, addressing present emotional reality. Pregnancy and major life transitions intensify dreaming. People going through significant changes, pregnancy, divorce, career shifts, relocation, grieving, report more vivid, memorable, and emotionally intense dreams. The brain is processing enormous psychological adaptation, integrating new identity and reality. Pregnant people, for example, often dream about babies, but also about transformation, responsibility, and vulnerability. The unconscious is preparing for a massive life change, working through excitement and fear simultaneously. Any major transition activates the dreaming mind similarly. Your dreams become more active precisely when you need them most. When your psyche requires extra processing power to metabolize change, they rise to meet the challenge of transformation. Dreams about death rarely predict actual death. Instead, they typically symbolize endings, transformations, or transitions. Dreaming that someone dies often reflects change in your relationship with that person, or the ending of a particular phase of your life. Dreaming of your own death might represent the death of an old identity or way of being. In dream language, death usually means transformation, something ending so something new can begin. Many spiritual traditions recognize this, viewing death in dreams as rebirth symbols. The unconscious speaks poetically, using dramatic images to convey psychological processes. Death in dreams is almost always metaphorical, representing profound change rather than literal mortality. There's intriguing research suggesting that the unconscious mind might detect subtle bodily changes before conscious awareness. Some studies have noted that people occasionally dream about discomfort in specific body areas before symptoms fully develop there. The brain, continuously monitoring internal states, may sense early inflammation or dysfunction and symbolize it in dreams. While not consistently predictive, these dreams might reflect the unconscious processing subtle signals the conscious mind hasn't noticed yet. A dream about breathing difficulty might precede respiratory issues. A dream about injury might precede actual pain. This isn't mystical. It's the unconscious, potentially noticing what consciousness hasn't registered. Your dreaming brain might be more attuned to your body's signals than your waking awareness. Sexual dreams reveal more about psychological needs than physical desires. Dream researchers studying sexual dream content found they often express needs for intimacy, power, vulnerability, or merger rather than purely sexual longing. The identity of sexual partners in dreams matters less than the emotional quality of the encounter. Was it joyful or shameful, consensual or coercive, intimate or distant? These qualities reveal your relationship with desire, pleasure, vulnerability, and connection. Sexual dreams can process shame, explore forbidden aspects of self, or celebrate aliveness and pleasure. They're explorations of psychological terrain using sexual imagery as language. Your unconscious speaks about intimacy, power, and authenticity through the metaphor of physical union. Repetitive task dreams, like organizing objects or searching endlessly, often reflect feelings of futility or being overwhelmed. If you dream about filing papers that never end, cleaning messes that keep reappearing, or searching for something you never find, your unconscious might be processing feelings about waking life tasks that feel overwhelming or meaningless. These dreams don't usually offer solutions. They express the emotional experience of being stuck in repetitive cycles. They're your psyche saying, "This feels endless and pointless." Recognizing these dreams can prompt you to examine whether certain waking activities or patterns are draining you without purpose, inviting you to change what you can or accept what you cannot. Dreams about showing up naked or inappropriately dressed in public settings reflect vulnerability and fear of exposure. These common dreams usually arise during periods when you feel judged, inadequate, or worried about revealing your true self. The nakedness represents psychological nakedness, the fear that people will see your flaws, mistakes, or authentic self beneath your carefully constructed persona. Often these dreams occur before important presentations, social events, or new situations where you feel scrutinized. Your unconscious is processing the anxiety of being seen, truly seen, without your defenses in place. The dream exaggerates the fear to comic proportions, but the underlying feeling is real, the worry that you're not enough. Halfway through our journey, a clear pattern is emerging. Your dreams are not random neural firing. They're sophisticated psychological processing that reveals your personality, attachment style, creative insights, avoidances, desires, and emotional states with remarkable accuracy. They disclose what you hide from yourself, the suppressed anger, the unacknowledged longing, the buried fear. They speak in symbols personalized to your experience, using water for emotions, flight for freedom, death for transformation. They intensify during life transitions, forecast physical changes, and express psychological needs through vivid imagery. Dreams are revelation systems, continuously broadcasting information about who you truly are beneath your waking persona. And this broadcast never stops, never lies, never flatters. It simply reveals, you're still here with me. Thoughts still flickering like candlelight. Just notice. Don't judge. Just notice where your mind is. We're exploring consciousness itself, the very thing doing the exploring right now. Strange, beautiful, and perfectly calm. Let's drift onward together. Dreams bypass your conscious defenses entirely. During waking hours, you employ psychological defense mechanisms, rationalization, denial, projection, that protect your ego from uncomfortable truths. Your conscious mind tells stories that make you the hero, that justify your choices, that maintain your self-image. But during sleep, the prefrontal cortex that manages these defenses goes quiet. The censorship lifts. Your unconscious has free rein to express what's really happening beneath the narrative you tell yourself. This is why dreams sometimes shock or disturb you. They show what you've been refusing to see. They reveal the unedited version of your inner life, the truth, before you reshape it into something more palatable or socially acceptable. Your waking self performs. Your dreaming self simply is. Social psychology research shows we spend waking hours managing impressions, adjusting behavior based on context and audience. You act differently at work than with family, differently with friends than strangers. These aren't lies exactly, but they're performances, roles you play with varying degrees of authenticity. Dreams have no audience except yourself. There's no one to impress, no reputation to maintain. The dreaming self doesn't perform. It expresses. It is. Whatever appears in your dreams arises from pure internal process, unfiltered by social considerations. This is why dream content often feels more genuine than waking behavior. It is genuine. Dreams access emotional memory more directly than episodic memory. While you might forget the specific events of a difficult day, the emotional residue lingers and surfaces in dreams. Neuroscience shows that the amygdala, which processes emotions, remains highly active during REM sleep, while the hippocampus, which handles factual memory, shows variable activity. This means dreams process how experiences felt more than what exactly happened. They're emotion-focused rather than fact-focused. If you felt betrayed, the dream explores betrayal through symbolic scenarios. The dream won't necessarily replay the actual betrayal. It'll create new scenarios that carry the same emotional signature. Dreams speak the language of feeling. Unconscious pattern recognition in dreams surpasses conscious analysis. Your waking mind processes information linearly and consciously, which has limits. Your unconscious mind processes vast amounts of information simultaneously, detecting patterns, connections, and meanings below awareness. Dreams reveal these unconscious insights. You might dream about someone you thought you trusted behaving deceptively, then weeks later discover they actually deceived you. Your unconscious noticed subtle behavioral cues your conscious mind missed. Micro-expressions, inconsistencies, tone shifts. Dreams don't predict the future. They reveal unconscious knowledge about the present that you haven't consciously recognized yet. They're reporting from deeper levels of awareness, where more information is processed than ever reaches conscious thought. Dreams often solve problems that conscious thinking cannot. There's a reason scientists, artists, and innovators throughout history credit dreams with breakthroughs. The conscious mind works within established frameworks, following known paths, constrained by logic and convention. The unconscious mind makes wild associations, combines impossible elements, ignores conventional rules. During REM sleep, the brain shows increased connectivity between distant regions, facilitating creative combination. A problem you consciously approach one way might be completely reframed in a dream, offering an angle you never considered. The solution was always within you, but your waking mind's assumptions blocked access. Dreams circumvent those assumptions, revealing knowledge you possess but couldn't consciously reach. Your dreams track where your energy actually flows, not where you wish it would. People often claim certain things matter most: family, health, creativity. But their daily choices reveal different priorities. If you say family matters most but dream constantly about work achievements and deadlines, your unconscious is mapping your actual attention landscape. Dreams don't judge this gap. They simply illuminate it, showing the difference between your ideal self and your lived reality. This revealing isn't criticism. It's information. Dreams show you where you're actually investing your life force. Which parts of existence claim your psychological energy? Understanding this helps you align stated values with actual living, or accept the truth of your current priorities. Dreams reveal your relationship with control. Do you dream about steering vehicles that won't respond? Or do you dream about effortless navigation? Do natural forces overpower you? Or do you work with them? Do you struggle against dream events? Or do you flow with them? These patterns disclose your waking relationship with control and surrender. People with high anxiety and control needs often have dreams where things spiral out of control. Cars crash. Buildings collapse. Disasters unfold. People who've learned to accept uncertainty dream with more fluidity and adaptability. Your dreams show whether you're fighting reality or working with it, whether you trust life or fear it. The characters in your dreams represent parts of yourself, while occasionally a dream character might represent an actual person in your life. More often they symbolize aspects of your own personality. A threatening figure might represent your shadow side, the parts you've rejected or denied. A wise elder might represent your intuition or higher wisdom. A child might represent your vulnerability or playfulness. The way these characters interact reflects internal dialogue between different parts of yourself. When dream characters argue, parts of you are in conflict. When they cooperate, you're integrating. Understanding dreams this way transforms them from external stories into internal maps of your psychological landscape. Dreams show you what you're becoming, not just who you are. While they reveal current emotional states and patterns, dreams also contain prospective elements, hints of emerging potential, warnings about problematic trajectories, invitations toward growth. A dream about learning to fly might foreshadow growing confidence. A dream about getting lost might warn of directionlessness. These aren't predictions but potentials, showing likely futures based on current patterns. Jung called this the prospective function of dreams. They orient you toward development, highlighting what needs attention or cultivation. Your unconscious isn't trapped in the present. It's constantly scanning ahead, preparing you for what's coming, nudging you toward wholeness. Halfway through our exploration, the answer to our question is forming. Could dreams reveal more about you than wakefulness? They're already doing it. While you're awake, you perform, filter, rationalize, and present carefully curated versions of yourself. You tell yourself comforting stories, hide uncomfortable truths, and maintain socially acceptable personas. But dreams bypass all those mechanisms. They access emotional truth directly, detect patterns unconsciously, reveal authentic priorities and values, solve problems creatively, and map your psychological landscape without censorship. Dreams show the you beneath the performance, your fears, longings, patterns, conflicts, and potentials. They're brutally honest, strangely wise, and utterly authentic. They know you because they are you. Unfiltered. Breathe slowly and realize this: time is yours, a separate stream that only you are living, while the vast universe continues its eternal movement. This second you're breathing, listening, is unique. Your dreams exist outside of time, happening in minutes but feeling like hours, containing entire lifetimes in single nights. Cherish the present moment, knowing that right now, this awareness is unique in the universe. Your dreams, your thoughts, your consciousness, all yours, all now, all precious, and we continue drifting. The first step in understanding dreams is remembering them. Keep a journal beside your bed and write immediately upon waking, before moving or speaking. Those first moments are critical for catching dreams before they dissolve. Write whatever fragments you recall, images, feelings, words, even if they seem nonsensical. Don't worry about complete narratives. Over time, patterns emerge. You'll notice recurring themes, repeated symbols, emotional signatures. The act of recording teaches your brain that dreams matter, which actually improves dream recall. You're signaling to your unconscious that you're listening, and when you listen, it speaks more clearly. Focus on feelings more than plot. The emotional tone of a dream matters more than the specific events. Two people might dream about similar scenarios but wake with completely different feelings. One disturbed, one delighted. The feeling is the message. Ask yourself, how did I feel in the dream? How do I feel now remembering it? That emotional residue points toward what your unconscious is processing. A dream about being late might feel anxious or liberating depending on your relationship with time and responsibility. The plot is packaging. The feeling is content. Always start with emotion. Notice what's different from waking life. Dreams often exaggerate, distort, or transform reality to highlight what needs attention. If you dream your childhood home, but the rooms are rearranged, what might that say about rearranging foundational aspects of yourself? If familiar people behave uncharacteristically, what traits are being emphasized? The strangeness in dreams isn't random. It's emphasis. Your unconscious makes things weird to make you notice. The distortions are arrows pointing toward meaning. Instead of dismissing impossible elements, ask, why this impossibility? What does this transformation reveal? Consider the dream from each character's perspective. If you dream about conflict with someone, try imagining the dream from their viewpoint. What would they say about the situation? Remember, they likely represent part of you. This exercise often reveals internal conflicts. The angry figure might represent your own suppressed frustration. The victim might represent your vulnerability. By exploring different perspectives within the dream, you're exploring different aspects of yourself. This doesn't mean overanalyze every element, but gently considering multiple viewpoints can unlock insights that single perspective analysis misses. Your psyche is complex, containing multitudes. Recurring symbols in your dreams develop personal meanings. While general symbol dictionaries offer starting points, your unique associations matter most. Keep a symbol log. When water appears in your dreams, what's happening in waking life over time? You'll discover your personal symbolic vocabulary. For you, houses might always relate to family, while for someone else they represent the self. Birds might mean freedom to one person and anxiety to another. Your unconscious develops consistent symbolic language tailored to your experience. Learning it requires patience and observation, but it's learnable. You can become fluent in your own dream language. Some dreams need time before their meaning becomes clear. Don't force interpretation immediately. Record the dream and let it sit. Days or weeks later, when life events unfold, you might suddenly understand what the dream was processing. This delayed recognition is common. The unconscious often works ahead of conscious awareness, preparing you for situations that haven't arrived yet. A confusing dream might make perfect sense after you navigate the job interview, difficult conversation, or unexpected challenge it was rehearsing. Patience with dreams mirrors patience with yourself. Both need time to reveal themselves. Pay attention to the setting. Dream locations carry meaning. Are you indoors or outdoors? Familiar spaces or strange landscapes? Confined or expansive? Inside usually represents internal, psychological space. Outside often relates to social, external reality. Familiar settings connect to past experiences and associations. Unknown places suggest unexplored aspects of self or new territory in life. A basement might represent the unconscious or hidden parts. An attic might symbolize higher consciousness or stored memories. The landscape of your dreams maps psychological terrain. Where you are in the dream often matters as much as what you're doing there. Notice what's missing from dreams. Sometimes what doesn't appear is as significant as what does. If you never dream about your job, it might mean work is not emotionally significant to you. Or perhaps you've compartmentalized it completely. If certain important people never appear, consider your relationship with them. Absence can indicate emotional distance, repression, or lack of psychological engagement. Dreams reflect what's alive in your psyche. If something major in your waking life never appears in dreams, that absence itself is information. Your unconscious chooses what matters emotionally, and sometimes silence speaks volumes. Numbers in dreams can carry meaning. Psychologist Carl Jung noted that certain numbers appear with symbolic significance. 3 often relates to completion or synthesis, 4 to stability or wholeness, 7 to process or stages. But personal associations matter more. If you have 3 siblings, the number 3 might relate to family dynamics. If your address is 444, that number might appear during home-related processing. Don't obsess over numerology, but if numbers stand out in dreams, consider both cultural symbolism and personal significance. Sometimes numbers simply represent themselves. 3 days, 4 years, 7 attempts. Dream animals usually represent instinctual or intuitive aspects of yourself. A fierce animal might represent power, anger, or survival instincts. A gentle creature might symbolize vulnerability or innocence. Flying animals often relate to freedom or spiritual aspirations. How you feel about the animal matters. Fear, affection, curiosity. If you love dogs and one appears, it might represent loyalty or companionship. If you fear snakes and one appears, it might represent something you find threatening or untrustworthy. Animals in dreams connect you to the non-rational, instinctual, natural parts of being. They're messages from the body and the wild psyche. Dream houses typically represent the self. Different rooms symbolize different aspects of personality or life. The basement often represents the unconscious or hidden aspects. The attic might symbolize memories or higher consciousness. Bedrooms relate to intimacy and rest. Kitchens connect to nourishment and sustenance. Discovering new rooms in a familiar house suggests discovering new aspects of yourself. A house falling apart might reflect feeling fragmented or neglected. A house being renovated might represent psychological growth and transformation. The condition, size, and layout of dream houses map your sense of self. How spacious, how maintained, how welcoming. Natural disasters in dreams often represent overwhelming emotions or life circumstances. Earthquakes might reflect foundational instability, core beliefs shifting, fundamental changes occurring. Floods might represent being overwhelmed by emotions. Tornadoes could symbolize chaotic situations spiraling beyond control. Fires might indicate anger, passion, or purification. These dramatic images metaphorically express internal experiences. Your psyche chooses nature's power to convey the magnitude of what you're feeling. The dream isn't predicting actual disaster. It's showing how big things feel internally. When life or emotions become overwhelming, dreams reach for equally overwhelming imagery. Dreams about losing teeth are extraordinarily common and usually relate to loss, transition, or concern about appearance. Teeth represent how we present ourselves to the world. Our smile, our ability to speak clearly, our attractiveness. Losing them in dreams often appears during times of transition, aging concerns, or worry about losing power or effectiveness. Sometimes, these dreams follow situations where you said something you regret or failed to speak up when you should have. The specific meaning depends on your life context. But generally, tooth dreams connect to self-image, communication, and the fear of diminishment. Test or exam dreams usually relate to feeling judged or unprepared. These dreams often appear during performance anxiety, before presentations, new jobs, important meetings. You're processing the fear of being evaluated and found wanting. Interestingly, these dreams often persist years after you've finished school, suggesting they're not really about tests, but about the universal experience of being judged. The dream uses familiar exam imagery to explore current situations where you feel unprepared or scrutinized. Your unconscious borrows the test metaphor because it perfectly captures the feeling of being evaluated against standards you worry you can't meet. We now understand that dreams speak a symbolic language requiring translation. They don't communicate in literal statements, but in metaphors, images, feelings, and patterns. Learning to interpret them isn't about applying fixed meanings, but developing a relationship with your own symbolic vocabulary. You watch for recurring themes. Notice emotional tones. Consider personal associations. And remain patient when meanings don't immediately clarify. Dreams reveal themselves gradually to those who pay attention. The process of attending to dreams is itself therapeutic. It signals self-respect and curiosity about your inner life. Understanding dreams is less about cracking a code and more about learning a language. Some dreams are processing, not revealing. Not every dream carries deep symbolic meaning. Some are simply your brain filing information, integrating the day's experiences, consolidating memories. These dreams might feel fragmentary, mundane, or forgettable. A dream about grocery shopping might just mean you went grocery shopping and your brain is filing that experience. Not everything needs interpretation. Part of dream wisdom is distinguishing between processing dreams and revealing dreams. The latter feels significant, emotionally charged, memorable. They linger. They demand attention. Those are the ones worth exploring. The others can simply drift away. Group dream sharing can deepen understanding. When you share dreams with trusted friends or a therapist, others often notice patterns or meanings you've missed. They might ask questions that unlock insight. You said you felt trapped. Does anything in your waking life feel that way? Fresh perspectives illuminate blind spots. However, be selective about who you share with. Dreams are intimate, vulnerable material. Share only with people who'll respect that intimacy and offer thoughtful reflection rather than simplistic interpretation. A good listener helps you discover your own meanings rather than imposing theirs. Dream sharing is collaborative exploration, not authoritative analysis. Lucid dreaming can transform nightmares into healing experiences. When you become aware that you're dreaming while still in the dream, you can sometimes shift the narrative, facing the threatening figure instead of fleeing, or asking it what it represents, often transforms the encounter. Some therapists teach nightmare sufferers lucid dreaming techniques to reclaim agency within their dreams. Even partial lucidity, that flicker of recognition that this is a dream can reduce nightmare intensity. The practice acknowledges that you're both the dreamer and the dream, both the creator and the experiencer. Awareness brings choice. Dream interpretation is an art, not a science. There are no absolute rules, no perfect methods, no guaranteed meanings. Different therapeutic traditions approach dreams differently. Freudian, Jungian, Gestalt, neuroscience-based, and each offers useful lenses. But ultimately, you're the expert on your dreams because you're the expert on your life. Trust your intuition. If an interpretation feels right, it probably is. If it feels forced or fake, it probably is. Your relationship with dreams should feel like dialogue, not diagnosis. They speak. You listen. You respond. They continue speaking. It's conversation, not code breaking. Children's nightmares often respond to simple interventions, helping children redraw the nightmare with a happy ending, talking to the scary figure, or imagining protective helpers can reduce nightmare frequency. This works because it empowers the child's relationship with their inner world. Adults can benefit from similar approaches. Writing alternate endings, dialoguing with dream figures, or visualizing resolution. These techniques don't dismiss the nightmare's message, but transform the relationship with it. Fear becomes curiosity. Helplessness becomes agency. The dream content matters less than the emotional stance toward it. Empowerment shifts everything. Dreams during illness often have unique intensity and strangeness. Fever dreams, medication-influenced dreams, and dreams during physical distress tend toward bizarre, vivid, sometimes disturbing content. This happens because the brain is processing not just psychological but physical stress. The body's struggle manifests in dream imagery. These dreams might feel particularly surreal or nightmarish, but they're often more about the body's state than deep psychological meaning. When you're unwell, dreams become wilder. Understanding this can prevent overinterpreting fever dreams or medication-induced imagery. Sometimes dreams are just reflecting that your body is fighting something physical. Grief transforms dreams profoundly. People who've lost loved ones often dream about them, and these dreams can be comforting or distressing. Sometimes the deceased appears healthy and happy, offering reassurance. Sometimes they appear sick or troubled, reflecting the dreamer's unresolved feelings. These visitation dreams, as they're sometimes called, feel different from regular dreams. More vivid, more emotionally intense, more memorable. Whether they're psychological comfort or something more, they serve important functions in the grieving process. Dreams help metabolize loss, maintain connection, and gradually integrate absence. Grief dreams are the psyche's way of slowly, gently learning goodbye. Some cultural traditions view dreams as spiritual or prophetic. Indigenous cultures, ancient civilizations, and various religious traditions have honored dreams as messages from the divine, ancestors, or the collective unconscious. Modern Western psychology tends towards psychological interpretation. But the two perspectives aren't mutually exclusive. Dreams can be both psychological processing and spiritual experience. Whether you interpret them psychologically, spiritually, or both depends on your worldview. What matters most is that you engage with them meaningfully. Dreams invite exploration, regardless of the framework you use. Honor what feels true to you. Pregnancy dreams become intensely vivid and symbolic. Hormonal changes, physical discomfort, and psychological preparation for parenthood all contribute to extraordinary dream activity during pregnancy. Research from 2024 confirms that pregnant individuals experience up to 30% more dream recall and emotional intensity compared to non-pregnant periods, likely due to increased REM sleep fragmentation and cortisol fluctuations. Common themes include water, babies, sometimes in strange forms, animals giving birth, houses with new rooms, and sometimes anxiety about the baby's health or parenting capability. These dreams aren't prophetic. They're processing. The psyche is preparing for massive life transformation, working through excitement, fear, and identity shift. Partners of pregnant people also often experience more intense dreams during this time, processing their own transition into parenthood. By now, you've learned that understanding dreams requires patience, attention, and self-compassion. You've discovered techniques keeping journals, focusing on feelings, noticing patterns, considering symbols, exploring from multiple perspectives. You've learned that not all dreams need interpretation, that some are processing while others reveal, that personal associations matter more than universal dictionaries. You understand that dreams speak metaphorically, use exaggeration for emphasis, and reflect both current states and emerging potentials. Most importantly, you've glimpsed that engaging with dreams is engaging with yourself, an act of self-care, self-knowledge, and self-respect. Your dreams deserve attention. So do you. You might be feeling tired now. That's perfectly fine. Breathe slowly. Feel the cycles. Every night you dream. Every morning you wake. Sleeping. Waking. Dreaming. Forgetting. Remembering. Endless cycles. Like tides. Like seasons. Like your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A small cycle within vast rhythms. You are also part of that eternal movement. You don't need to grasp or control anything. Let everything unfold naturally, in its perfect order, like dreams arising and dissolving, unhurried, unresisting, simply existing. We're almost there now. Your dreams are older than your conscious self. Long before you developed language, logic, or self-awareness, you dreamed. Infants in the womb show REM sleep and likely dream. Though we can't know their content, this means dreaming predates thinking, predates identity, predates the self you call I. Dreams emerge from something deeper, older, more fundamental than personality. They connect you to the ancient, pre-verbal, instinctual depths of being. When you dream, you touch what you were before you became who you are. Dreams dissolve the boundaries you maintain while awake. In waking life, you carefully separate self from other, acceptable from unacceptable, possible from impossible. Dreams ignore these distinctions. You become other people, merge with animals, shift through time, occupy impossible bodies. This boundary dissolution isn't chaos. It's freedom. It's your psyche showing that the rigid categories you maintain are constructions, helpful for daily functioning, but not ultimately real. Dreams remind you of fluid, interconnected reality beneath the separated surface. Your dream self knows things your waking self has forgotten. Childhood memories, subliminal perceptions, body wisdom, intuitive knowing. Dreams access information filed away or never consciously registered. You might dream about someone and suddenly remember a conversation from decades ago. You might dream solutions to problems you'd stopped consciously considering. Dreams are libraries of everything you've experienced, thought, felt, or sensed. Nothing is truly lost. It's all stored somewhere, and dreams are keys to those archives. Your dreaming self remembers everything. Dreams are democratic. Everyone dreams the same way, regardless of status. The CEO and the janitor, the famous and the forgotten, the powerful and the powerless, all dream with the same neurological process, the same symbolic language, the same emotional honesty. Dreams don't care about your resume, bank account, or achievements. They care about your psyche, your truth, your humanity. In the democracy of dreams, everyone has equal access to the unconscious. Sleep is the great equalizer. Your waking self is partial. Your dreaming self is whole. During the day, you identify with certain traits, suppress others. Present, carefully curated personas. Dreams include everything you've rejected. The shadow, the disowned, the repressed. They don't judge what you've judged. They simply integrate all of you, light and dark, acknowledged and denied. Dreams show you the complete picture, the total self, undivided by shame or social pressure. In dreams, you meet your wholeness. Dreams connect you to the collective human experience, the universal themes: falling, flying, being chased, losing teeth, showing up naked, link you to millions of dreamers across time and culture. When you dream of being pursued, you join every human who's ever felt that fear. When you dream of flying, you share that freedom with dreamers throughout history. Dreams reveal both your uniqueness and your universality. You are both irreplaceable and connected, separate and together. Your dreams don't lie to make you comfortable. They'll show you what you'd rather not see: your pettiness, your fears, your selfishness, your pain. This isn't cruelty. It's honesty. Your waking mind edits reality to protect your ego. Dreams don't. They bypass the PR department and go straight to truth. This can be uncomfortable, even disturbing, but it's also trustworthy. Dreams won't flatter you, but they'll never mislead you. They're unflinchingly honest companions, loyal in their truth-telling. Dreaming is essentially creative. Every night, you write, direct, and star in original productions. You generate characters, plots, dialogue, settings, and emotions spontaneously, effortlessly, unconsciously. This creativity isn't limited to artists. Everyone dreams. Everyone creates. You might think you're not creative, but your dreaming self proves otherwise. It produces intricate, symbolic narratives without conscious effort. You are always already creative. Dreams remind you of this native capacity for imagination, story, and symbolic meaning-making. Your dreams are patient teachers. They'll show you the same lesson repeatedly until you understand. If you ignore the message when it arrives gently, it'll return more insistently. If you avoid a theme in one dream, it'll appear in another, then another. Dreams don't give up on you. They keep teaching, keep revealing, keep inviting awareness. They trust that eventually you'll listen, and they're willing to wait as long as necessary. Your growth is inevitable. Dreams prove you're more than you think you are. They access wisdom you don't know you have, solve problems you couldn't consciously crack, generate beauty you couldn't deliberately create. They reveal depths you didn't know existed within you. Every dream is evidence of vast inner resources, creativity, intelligence, emotional awareness, symbolic thinking, intuitive knowing. You contain multitudes. You're bigger, deeper, wiser, more complex than your daily self-concept suggests. Dreams are proof of your immensity. Waking life is performance. Dream life is essence. All day you perform roles: employee, parent, friend, citizen, adjusting behavior to context and expectation. These aren't false exactly, but they're partial, strategic, conscious. Dreams don't perform. They express. They are. Whatever arises without calculation or censorship. This is why dreams feel more authentic than much of waking life. They're not trying to be anything. They simply are. Pure being. Unfiltered existence. Your dreams hold space for grief, joy, rage, terror, ecstasy. The full spectrum of human feeling. Waking life often requires emotional regulation, appropriateness, restraint. You can't rage in the meeting or sob in the grocery store. But dreams give all emotions permission to exist fully. They're containers large enough for everything you feel but can't always express. In dreams, you can feel the full weight of what you carry. They honor your emotional truth. Dreams are the conversation your soul has with itself, while waking consciousness talks to the external world, other people, tasks, screens. Dreams turn inward. They're your psyche speaking to itself, asking questions, answering them, exploring, reflecting. This internal dialogue happens whether you consciously participate or not, but engagement deepens it. When you attend to dreams, you join the conversation. You become conscious participant in your own becoming. The dialogue continues, but now you listen. Your dreams are wild, and wildness is sacred. They won't be tamed, controlled, or domesticated. They'll give you flying elephants and talking ancestors and impossible geometries. They'll mix past and future, living and dead, real and imagined. This wildness isn't disorder. It's freedom from the constraints of waking reality. Dreams are the wild preserve within you, the place untouched by schedules and shoulds. They're where your untamed self still runs free, strange and beautiful. So could dreams reveal more about you than wakefulness they already have? While waking consciousness maintains careful separation between self and other, acceptable and unacceptable, dreams show wholeness, while waking thought follows linear logic. Dreams think in symbols, metaphors, and wild associations, while waking self-performs and filters. Dreaming self-expresses and reveals. Dreams access older, deeper, wider aspects of being than consciousness can reach. They're not better than waking awareness. They're complementary, necessary, and profoundly truthful. Your dreams are preparation for wholeness. They integrate what's split, reconcile what's opposed, bring together what's been kept apart, shadow and light, conscious and unconscious, rational and intuitive, masculine and feminine. All the false divisions gradually dissolve in dreams. They work toward integration, pulling you gently toward completeness, not perfection, wholeness, not flawlessness, authenticity, not achievement, being. Dreams serve this quiet, persistent, patient movement toward the self you actually are beneath who you've learned to be. Forgetting dreams is okay. The work happens whether you remember or not. The processing, integration, and healing occur in the dreaming itself, not in the remembering. Recall is wonderful. Interpretation is valuable. But the primary function, emotional regulation, memory consolidation, psychological maintenance, happens automatically. You don't need to remember to receive the benefits. Your unconscious is working all night, every night, maintaining your psychological equilibrium, whether your conscious mind knows about it or not. Dreams invite you to trust the unknown within yourself. They emerge from depths you can't see or control. They know things you don't know you know. They solve what you can't solve. They reveal what you've hidden. Engaging with dreams means trusting internal processes you can't direct. It means accepting that wisdom operates in darkness, that healing happens unconsciously, that you contain intelligent forces beyond ego's understanding. Dreams teach trust. Your dreams are your inheritance. Humans have dreamed for as long as we've existed. Perhaps longer. Every ancestor you have dreamed. Their dreams help them survive, create meaning, maintain sanity, and connect to the sacred. You carry this capacity forward. Dreams link you to the ancient human past and the far human future. Everyone who's ever lived has shared this nightly journey into inner worlds. You're part of something timeless. Dreams are generous. They give without asking return. They show up every night, regardless of whether you appreciate them. They work tirelessly processing your experiences, emotions, and growth. They offer insight, creativity, and healing for free. All they ask is occasional attention. Even that isn't required. They'll keep functioning, whether noticed or ignored. But when you do attend, when you do engage, they give even more. Dreams are endlessly, patiently generous. The real question isn't whether dreams reveal you better than waking. The question is, will you listen? Your dreams broadcast continuously. Will you receive the signal they show you truth? Will you see it? They offer wisdom. Will you accept it? They invite dialogue. Will you respond? Dreams are half the conversation. Your attention completes it. The revelation waits, not in the dreaming, but in the attending. Not in having dreams, but in honoring them. Dreams remind you that consciousness is vaster than you imagine. Waking awareness is just the tip, the surface. The small illuminated circle, beneath and beyond, stretches the immense unconscious. source of dreams, creativity, intuition, and wisdom. You're like an iceberg, 90% hidden below water. Dreams are dispatches from that depth. They prove that who you are extends far beyond who you think you are. You're mysterious even to yourself. Wonderfully mysterious. Your dreams are your companions through life. From infancy through death, they accompany you. In childhood, they help process development. In adolescence, they navigate identity formation. In adulthood, they manage relationships, career, and meaning. In old age, they prepare for death and review life. Dreams adapt to each stage, addressing whatever you're facing. They're loyal friends, patient teachers, honest mirrors. They'll stay with you until your last night. Perhaps dreams reveal more than waking life because they're more honest, more whole, more wild, more ancient, and more mysterious. They bypass performance and access essence. They speak truth you've been avoiding. They show the complete picture, not the edited version. They connect individual to universal, conscious to unconscious, human to timeless. Dreams are portals to depths waking consciousness cannot reach. They're windows into your vast interior landscape. They are revelation itself. And ultimately, your dreams reveal that you are not who you think you are. You're bigger, deeper, stranger, more creative, more wounded, more wise, and more whole than your waking self-concept allows. You contain contradictions, mysteries, depths, and heights. You're both unique and universal, both limited and infinite, both separate and connected. Dreams show you this paradox nightly. They whisper, you are more. You are mystery. You are vast. And they're right. And so, our quiet journey through the world of dreams comes to a gentle close. We've traveled from the neuroscience of REM sleep and the biology of dreaming to the symbolic language of the unconscious and the healing power of night visions. Discovering along the way that dreams are both scientific process and sacred mystery. From the universal themes that connect all dreamers to the intimate symbols that speak only to you, we've glimpsed how dreaming is both deeply personal and profoundly universal. The theater of sleep reveals what daylight hides. Dreams remind us that consciousness is vaster than we imagine, that wisdom operates in darkness, that healing happens in sleep, that truth emerges when we stop trying to control it. Much of the most important work of being human happens in silence, in the hidden hours between dusk and dawn, in the secret chambers where dreams are born. They teach us patience, honesty, and trust. Without dreams, we would be incomplete. By pausing to notice them, we honor the mystery we are. And now, in these final minutes, take the deepest breath you can. As deep as possible, think about consciousness itself. Yours, mine, everyone listening, all awareness everywhere, perhaps all connected in ways we don't yet understand. You are not alone in the universe of minds. Every dreamer throughout history has walked these inner landscapes. Every person sleeping now wanders their own night visions. You are part of this vast, invisible community of dreamers. Let your entire being dissolve into the ocean of consciousness, into dreamless rest, into the space before thought, into the peace beyond words. Prepare for deep sleep. No boundaries left, only peace. If this thoughtful exploration of the mind made you feel less alone, whisper it forward to someone awake tonight, searching for understanding. It may bring comfort to one more wandering consciousness, one more sleepless soul seeking peace, one quiet share, one peaceful night at a time. But there's no need to do anything now. Nothing at all. You've traveled far tonight, deeper into yourself than most journeys take you. You can allow these thoughts of dreams and consciousness to fade now, like morning mist dissolving in sunlight, leaving only the warm, drowsy calm behind. Let your breathing deepen. Let your body feel heavier, as if gravity gently pulls you deeper into rest, into the soft darkness that holds you safely. If sleep comes, let it carry you like a gentle current, smoothly, inevitably, into the realm where dreams await, into the territory you now understand a little better, into the wild preserve of your truest self. If your eyes are still open, the next video is waiting for you, ready to continue the journey. But if they're closed, stay there. Stay in the darkness that feels safe and warm. Stay in the space between waking and dreaming. Tomorrow, your dreams will still be there. The conversation between conscious and unconscious will still be happening. But tonight belongs to stillness. Tonight belongs to rest. Tonight, you can simply be, without questions, without answers, without needing to understand or remember or interpret. Just being, just breathing, just drifting. Rest well, dear dreamer, and remember, your dreams know you. They've always known you, and they'll be waiting when you're ready to listen again. But for now, let sleep find you. Let peace hold you. Let the night embrace you. Sweet dreams. Good night.